Hello everybody, Floppy Hat Photos back here again for another Idiot's Guide to Marathon Training, and today is January 12th, I'm almost positive it's 12th, I know it's Wednesday, so whatever day that is. Just leaving the doctor's office, my surgeon's office, what do you want to call it, I guess he's technically a doctor, but just got my stitches out finally. I hope they came out last week. They didn't come out, so I've been fighting that. They itch like hell and all that stuff. I am still draining pus. I'm going to talk about some pus, some goo, some gut, blah. So be warned on that, but it's still leaking, not nearly as bad. I'm getting out in about 8 hours of leakage is what I used to get out in about 4 last week. So it is getting better. I have done a little bit of running so far. I ran a 5K 2 nights ago. Yeah, 2 nights ago. I went out about 11:40 p.m. and then ran a little over a mile and a half out, reset my watch, it went past midnight, ran back to a mile and a half, so it's technically, I counted it as 2 runs for my run streak, although it kept me, one big, 5K, whatever there, and it was slow, there was some walking in it. Most of the walking I did, though, ironically, was because of ice and crappy roads, more than it was because of my foot and the pain. My foot hurts worse walking than it does running. I don't know what's up with that. I talked to the doctor about it today. He said he thinks part of it might be just the way the nerves are and the way the injuries are. And it's up like in this part right here of my foot, if this was my foot. And it's insanely tender there. It hurts like a sunbitch when you poke at it. But ironically, when I run, my foot lands at a different angle and it doesn't get pressure. It's if you poke straight at it. Like if I stub my foot into something, I cry like a little girl. So definitely, he told me I could run. He did clear me run. He wasn't really wanting to. You can kind of see in his eyes, but he gave me some pointers. He told me to tape my foot up in a certain way because where it's split, like in between the 2 toes there, where the toes would open up, is where the cut is. And he doesn't want me splitting that back open and causing that to bleed again. So what I'm going to do is, I don't like the way the tape, I don't think tape holds that good, especially when you get your foot sweating a little bit. I'm going to take my wrap that I had my foot all bandaged up in, like the elastic wrap. I'm going to cut it down about 1/3 the length. I don't need the whole thing. I'm going to wrap it around my foot tight enough that it's a little bit uncomfortable when I'm just have my foot in the air. So when I put my foot down, it'll keep my foot from splaying out. And then I'm probably going to go ahead, before I'll tape the 2 toes. The 2, like these 2 toes right here that are my problem, I'll tape those 2 actually to each other and treat it as if I have a broken toe. I'll split them, tape them together so they don't come apart, and then basically I'll wrap the whole foot in. And then he said if you feel it, I know when something tears, I'm leaking and stuff, I'm bleeding real bad. He said stop immediately, call somebody, have them come get your ass, get off it, and get it, back into scene as quick as I can. But I got another appointment next Wednesday, so another week. I'm wanting to get the hell out of here. I need to get down to Florida to go running. I've got a blind runner in Georgia I'm going to swing by. We're going to go for a run there with him. That right there is all getting pushed off. And I don't even care how slow I go. I just need to get the fuck out of the house. And I can't ride the bike. The trails are all gross. The roads are gross. It's not safe on the bike right now. I've even got my moped flag on the back, and I still don't feel safe with that at the moment. So, like I said, I was out there for almost an hour overnight. It was slow-ass 5K. But I did get some running in per se. So super stoked about that. I think I was at one point, I got down it was like a 10:50, something like that pace, which some of you out there are like, oh my God, I'd love to run a 10:50 pace. And there's times in my life, just a couple years ago, I would have been bragging my ass off on a 10:50 pace, but that's not where I'm at right now. Right now, I'm barely able to walk, and I'm able to do that. So he said, pay attention to the pain. He said, don't let the toes spread apart and get back out there. And a lot of the sad part is it hurts more to hike than it does to run. So I've got to get something. I got to get my adrenaline, my endorphins going. The trails are all ice covered. The snow is gross. I can't take my dirt bike out. The rivers are covered in ice. I can't take my kayak out. And like I said, I was cleared on the 16th of December. My ass was packing up and heading down to Florida. I mean, I was straight up. I was going New Year's. I was going to be in Florida for New Year's. And that didn't happen. So got the infection. I've been fighting this since the emergency surgery on Christmas Eve. Fighting all this crap, and it's just my brain's going insane. So I did get cleared by the doctor, as long as I keep it taped up. That's the big thing. I gotta keep it from splaying out. And I've got, luckily, my winter running shoes I bought last winter that'll allow me to put on thick socks so that gauze can be wrapped around the elastic band, and I can keep that foot tight. And I'll keep an eye on it. I figure I'll take off for a run, go run a couple miles, and then basically take the sock off, the wrap off, and see what it looks like. And if it looks bad, I'll head back home immediately. If it doesn't, I'll put it back together and I'll keep on going. So if I can just get out and do a 5K every few days, I'm going to be stoked as that. Like, I'm going to be happy as shit. If I can start running, even just run my single mile every day, I'm going to be stoked with that too. So definitely just the fact that Doc cleared me to run gives me hope, gives me, drops my anxiety level by like 40 points out of 100. Like, it went from like a 93 down to like, 53, like that quick. Like, I'm literally feeling so much more upbeat. I don't know if you guys can hear it in my voice. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to go out and rock this shit. I'm going to kick this infection's ass, and I'm going to get on the road soon. I might make a little road trip this weekend down to Kansas City, at least some area, see some family. I've got some running friends that want me to come over into actual Kansas, hang out with them. I'm going to see if I can't maybe camp out in their front lawn, or like in their driveway, whatever, my camper, and then basically chill out there and come back the next day. So hang around them. They talked about wanting to have me come over for dinner and maybe do some running, but I don't know if we'll get running. The trails are gross and that. But just standing around talking to good running people is going to be worth it. So if you guys got a group of people that you can talk about running and stuff that doesn't get like glaze eye, because I know I'm going to talk to people about running, I started rolling back. Again, more of this shit. And my theory, if you don't want to hear me talk about running, get the fuck out. Because that's my number one passion in my life right now. So that's what's going to be. And I'm not saying I'm not going to listen to your stories too, but if it's between talking about running or talking about football, it's going to be running. It's going to be running or talking about politics, it's going to be running. It's running talking about, sitcoms, it's going to be running. Comedians, I'll talk about stand-up. I'm watching Making a Murder. I'll talk to you about that for a while. That's pretty cool. And then if we talk about live stand-up, I'm all over that crap. I'll go catch live shows. I'm into that. Audible books, podcasts, I'm talking about stuff. But I'd say 90% of my life is talking about running. So you either have to entertain me and bring up a new story. I'll talk about your stories all you want, and I'll chime in with your stories, no problem. But don't look at me like I'm supposed to start talking about cross-stitching, because I don't know shit about cross-stitching. I don't want to know anything about cross-stitching. So anyway, that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys soon. Stay upbeat. Just remember, you guys take the time off. I've been really doing what the doctor says. I've been really laying way back. I've been resting my ass off, and it's driving me crazy. I'm going nutty as hell. I mean, I'm a month out past that's ridiculous, man. I'm lost another month and I'm losing my shit. So I've got to find something. Like I said, I'm seeing the doctor every damn week, so I can't even take off to Florida. I guess I could have jumped on a plane, spent $800 and crap my stuff, but I can't get down to Florida, driving it back and make it worth the time. And I don't want to waste that much gas for no longer I'd be able to be there. So at least next week, he talks like we're going to be able to push it back 2 more weeks, whatever, minimum, if we can't get it fully finished tomorrow, or no, Wednesday. And if I got 2 weeks off, I might head to Florida and get back up here in that 2-week time frame. So we'll see. A lot of it just depends on what it is, and so much else going on in my life. It's just, I need to get out. I need to de-stress. I need to get around good people, and I found a giant group of good people down in Florida. I need to get down there and just feel that love and feel the embracing of it. And then I got to get some of those people into running, because if I get those good of people into running, it change their lives too. So anyway, everybody have fun, take care, and get out there, lace your shoes up, and wrap your foot up if you have permission from your surgeon. Lace your shoes up, hit the door, and get your run on.